Hey, check this out. I want to share something with you really quickly. And don't judge me for still having a Christmas tree up. But take a look at what I'm eating. Cup of noodles, right? So ramen, cup of noodles here. And I remember back in the day when I was in my teens, or just a kid in general, sometimes this would be one of the only things that we would have in the house because it was super cheap. You can get them for like, I think it was like $5 for $1 or something like that, right? And this, I mean, we would go in and we would get super creative with it. We would have a couple of ramen noodles with like butter sandwiches, which is basically a slice of bread with some butter on it, just as it sounds. We would have like mayonnaise sandwiches, which would be a slice of bread with mayonnaise on it, put a little bit of pepper on there to get creative. We would have like fried bologna sandwiches or salt pork sandwiches, and just whatever it took to kind of get by. Like, we didn't even realize that we were poor, right? We were just doing what we needed to do. And it's interesting looking back now, right? I'm able to eat a cup of noodles here, but now with a rose gold fork. How things have changed. And yes, I know this is not the healthiest thing, right? I still like these things, so I do eat them every once in a while. But I'm here to tell you that regardless of where you are right now, man, things can change for you big time. Doesn't matter how old you are, right? Doesn't matter if you're in your 40s and you're in your 50s, you're in your 60s, you're in your 70s. It does not matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are either, right? I think the only thing that matters truly is having the confidence to go out and do those things, to simply go out and try, and to get past being afraid of failing, being afraid of having things lined up 100% before you go out and try, being afraid of getting past being afraid of what people are going to say. I mean, there's so many different things that I've tried in my life that people just didn't understand, right? My mom didn't understand, family members didn't understand, friends didn't understand. And oftentimes when you don't get people, when you try and attempt things that people don't understand, what happens is they become a little bit distant, or they may not even say anything, right? Sometimes they'll say things, sometimes they'll vocalize it. I remember telling my mom that one of my goals was to own 2,000 pieces of real estate, right? And she was like, the first thing out of her mouth was like, man, that would be a big headache, right? Now, she was coming from a position of love, a position of caring, but she was also coming from a position of what that looked like for her, right? What that looked like for her, not what it looked like for me. So sometimes people will come from these positions of love and from these positions of caring, but also at the same time come from these positions of what you might be willing and want to do, coming from the position of how it would scare them or how it would not be something that's attractive to them, right? So always keep that in mind, you know, as you go through and you share some of the things that you want to do with other people. Usually it's not even hate, it's not even misunderstandings, it's just that it's not their thing. And so what? It's your thing, right? So it's up to you to make sure that it happens. You know, and the last thing is, the third thing is just that. It's up to you to make sure that it happens. You know, you'll see in my community, if you're part of a Kindle Cashflow community, where we have these shirts that say, if it's to be, it's up to me. That's exactly what it is. If it's to be whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's doing nothing, right? Or whether it's conquering the world, it's up to you to start it. People get as excited as you get excited, right? About things. I found out that the more excitement and the more energy I could put behind my things, my goals, my dreams, my desires, the more excited other people would get as well. And the more they believe that it would happen. But ultimately, it would be up to me. So I'm leaving you with that. We're about to head off to my daughter's summer's winter banquet right here. And some of you look nice. So just leaving you with those three things right there. Hopefully one of those really resonates with you. If one of the three do resonate with you, let me know in the comments here. And I'll see you. Peace.